Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the channel. So it's Sunday, we're gonna run some errands. We're in the 2025 Whippled Mustang GT because really, what else other car would we be in, honestly? So we're gonna run to the mall, got some returns to do, it's after Christmas, maybe buy something, who knows, we'll see. Then we gotta do some grocery shopping. So I'm proving to you guys that you can daily drive one of these cars. Okay, also, I wanted to let you guys know, so I know I put out my video on like, can you daily drive a Whippled Mustang? I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think that video was gonna do so well, but it's so weird to me that like, there's videos I will put out that I think are gonna be really good, and they don't do so hot, and that's okay. And then I have some videos where I think this probably isn't gonna be great, but we'll still put it out and see what happens. And they do very well, and that video was definitely one of them. And I really wish I did that video on a better day. I was just like in a really, one of my worst moods. Not like anger or anything, just kind of a bit high anxiety. But I put that video, I recorded that video, and it took like a bunch of takes to get it done. There's a bunch of splicing in it, which I'm really trying to not splice my video so much, but it's still kind of tough when you get in front of a camera. You just forget how to speak. So anyways, that video did really well, but one thing I should have talked about in it, and somebody was commenting about this, it's a really good point. People do have like, when it comes to daily driving cars, God, there's so many bumps in this road. When it comes to daily driving cars, people are going to have like a different tolerance level. I gotta realize my tolerance level for like a daily driver is really, really high. So as long as the car doesn't have any quirks, there's no weird things I have to worry about, it does okay in the environments, and overall has relatively decent features. So for, you know, like any Mustang, well, S650 specifically, any of these cars are gonna have CarPlay, backup camera, like it has all the features you'd ever want. Like it's gonna be a relatively creature comfort car. Now, the suspension is a little bit rougher, of course, than normal, than a typical car. But if you guys don't lower your car, I think you should. But if you don't lower your car, the suspension is still really floaty. It's really glidey. It absorbs shocks very well. Like, it absorbs potholes in the road that you don't really have to worry about. And overall, I think like a stock ride height Mustang, and even mine was a premium pack. Although without the Magna Ride, so note that my car does not have Magna Ride. But I always thought it was a perfectly comfortable car. Now with lowering springs, it does harshen the ride a little bit more. But for me, I actually just have like a super high tolerance. So, so if you guys have been watching my channel for a little bit, I've talked about this car a few times. And it was the one car I almost started a YouTube channel with, and I really wish I did. But it was my 2018 Camaro ZL1 1LE, and that car, most people would not call that car a daily driver car. It was an LT4, so it was a 6.2 liter supercharged V8, push rod obviously being, you know, an LT, and they had the 1.7 liter Eaton blower, tiny little supercharger, but compared to the 3 liter Whipple on this. But that had the for suspension, car had the Multimatic spool valve suspension. Funny enough, Multimatic is actually the company that helped produce and actually assembles the Mustang GTD in Canada. So a little fun fact for you guys if you guys didn't know that. But the Multimatic DSSV dampers, they're extremely track capable, like one of the best suspension setups in terms of going really fast around the track. But they are probably one of the harshest riding suspensions I've ever felt. I've never been in a car that was more jarring than that one. Like, genuinely, it felt like the suspension was made out of a flat stack of metal washers. It was that harsh. Now, the suspension did get a little better if you took off the stock tires. So that Camaro came with, I think they're called like Goodyear Eagle F1 Supercar 3Rs. Again, a very track capable tire, but that is a tire I would say is absolutely not daily drivable. It's just god awful when the tires are not like screaming hot. If you took those tires off, I put on, I think they were, what were they? I think they were Hankook Ventus V12 Evo 2s. That softened the ride a lot better. And a Camaro ZL1 is definitely, well, specifically a ZL1 1LE is definitely a car that I'm gonna want again in the future. But we're kind of, we're kind of a Mustang channel-ish. So I was doing a lot of thinking. There's so many cars that I want, like us all. And I feel like the best course of action that I can take is, I'm gonna always keep this car because this is Genesis. But I feel like the best course of action is buying another S650, whether it's a specialty model if they release one, obviously not a GTD, but either that or when the new facelift comes out, which I would expect to be the 28 or 29 model year. We'll see. But I feel like that's probably the best course of action for the channel. Just go do it. I'm gonna do it for you guys, okay? Yeah, right now, guys, we're sitting at 112 subscribers. And obviously I know for any channel, 112 really isn't a lot. But I cannot tell you guys how thankful I am for you guys who subscribe to my channel. Like, I know, all channel content creators do this on YouTube, sending thanks to their subscribers. But genuinely, I cannot tell you guys how much you guys, like, bring happiness into my life to see that you guys are actually interested in the content that I'm pushing out and producing. I want to make it the best content as I can for you guys. Like I said, there's a lot of learning curves in this, especially editing. And, well, I mean, I guess really everything. Editing is definitely a learning curve. Just learning how to do that, and then also getting good at speaking in front of the camera. But seriously, guys, thank you so much for your subscriptions. I'm never going to ask you guys to subscribe. I never want to be that creator where every video you're like, you get browbeaten to subscribing, or I always found that, I don't know, kind of weird, and I always want to be transparent with you guys. So I'm never going to ask you guys to subscribe, but for those of you who do, I'm so honored, and I cannot thank you guys enough. You guys are doing so much more for me and my internal state than you probably think. So seriously, guys, thank you. Okay, we're rolling up to the mall. I don't think I've been to this mall in like 2 or 3 years. It's actually really close to me. Oh my god, I'm passing a Ford dealership. I gotta tell you guys about this story about this Ford dealership, because I'm passing it right now. It's across the highway. So when I was shopping for this car, sorry, just trying to find parking and navigate these stupid speed bumps. I think I'm just gonna park in this lot. Yeah, so when I was shopping for this car, there's a dealership super close to me. I'm looking at it right now. It's called Town East Ford. Yeah, Town East Ford. And my strategy is I will never walk into a dealership unless I've already agreed to numbers and I'm already super happy with them. But so did a bunch of phone calls with them, got some cool numbers. It was on a Mustang GT premium non-performance pack. It was black. Super happy with the numbers. Walked in, told them I was coming in. I was talking to them all day long, and I get there, and I'm greeted normally, and I was like, hey, yeah, no, I've been talking to the salesman all day. We're already agreed on numbers. All the inputs are good, so let's just rock and roll, get the signing, and I'll be on my way. Easy peasy. Like, I want to make the dealership's life super simple. I want to make my life super simple. Like, the negotiations already happened. Like, I'm never going to be like, oh, well, let me think about it. Like, I feel like I'm a really straight shooter when it comes to buying cars. Definitely taken some lessons from Tommy at Delivered. I love his videos. But so I walked into the dealership and I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, let me go get some paperwork. It's on the other side of the store, so just give me a second. Literally, I'm not exaggerating. I was standing there for probably 40 or 45 minutes. Just walking around the showroom floor, just looking at whatever they had, waiting for 45 minutes, and the guy never returned. And I was like, whatever, I'm not doing this. So I literally just walked out. I didn't tell anybody. Just walked the hell out of the dealership. I'm not dealing with this. And then, probably like 10 minutes on the way back home, my phone's getting blown up, and they're calling me, they're texting me, and I was like, I'm not gonna reply right now. I'll tell them the problem tomorrow. So, they made a bunch of excuses, like, oh, we were buffing out a scratch in the car, like all this stuff. I was like, and I was like, and just like, just kind of just BSing why it took them so long. Like, I should not have been just sitting around doing absolutely nothing for 45 minutes. So I called the sales manager the next day, and I was like, yeah, man, I was sitting there for like 45 minutes, absolutely nothing. Like, I'm not dealing with that. I want to do business with a dealership that makes my life super simple, super easy, and doesn't make me wait. And I feel like that's not a huge ask when you're going to go spend $50,000. Okay, like, I just bought like a new camera, a new computer. I have never waited that long, and those are not even close to $50,000. I feel like if you're going to spend that much amount of money, I should be pretty well catered to, and maybe that's me being, you know, a bit unpleasant, but I feel like that's not a crazy ask. I shouldn't have to wait 40 to 45 minutes and still have no response while I'm actually in the dealership, just ready to sign some paperwork and be on my way. But, you know, he gave me a bunch of excuses, and I told him, I was like, dude, I've been calling you guys since the morning. Like, it's been 6 or 7 hours since I told you, like, cool, yep, here's my, like, we set an appointment right after work. Like, it's been 6 or 7 hours. I've been talking to you guys all day. I'm ready to buy this car. Like, you guys knew I was coming in. We already had all the numbers figured out. Like, I told you guys, want to make this super easy, super quick. I just want to be in and out, sign some papers, and be on my way, my new Mustang. And, you know, they're trying to, like, you know, they're trying to get me back in the store. I was like, I mean, if you guys want to do more of a discount, then I'll come back. But if not, you guys won't see me again. I'm taking my business elsewhere. Like, that's wholly unacceptable for a client who's trying to spend $50,000 at your store. So that was a story with Town East Ford. Pretty poor customer service, in my opinion. I feel a little weird calling them out, but I'm a small channel, and this is all about my personal experiences. I don't have like a business or anything in terms of, you know, working with dealerships or anything, so I think it's fair for me to tell you guys, be a little bit worried about Town East Ford. They made my life pretty difficult, and for no good reason. But anyways, appreciate you guys listening to my yap on that. I'm gonna run into the mall real quick, do some returns, maybe buy something, who knows, and then I will catch you guys in a second. Okay, we're back from the mall. Did my returns. Went into H&M, didn't find anything that I really liked, which I rarely do. But, but we got a candle, and I love candles. This one's called Leaves. I got it on sale. It was like $7. Can't wait to light that one up. Okay, so let's, we definitely need gas, so let's go to a gas station and fill up. To Quick Trip we go. I was watching back my first vlog, I think, or maybe some other video, and I could hear it in the camera. There is, and I think you guys probably just heard it, there is like a creaking kind of squeak that comes from the rear suspension. I know what that is, and that's because when I did the lowering springs, I didn't put in isolators, which the isolators are just like a rubber piece that sits between the actual metal body or the frame or whatever the spring touches, but it sits between that and the spring, so it's basically just a little thin rubber dampener. I ordered those, I have them on hand, but I'm gonna wait to throw them in just to knock out some other rear suspension stuff, because I figured if I'm gonna dive into the rear suspension, which would be my first time ever doing anything suspension, I kind of want to do it all in one go rather than take it apart, put it back together, take it apart again, put it back together. Also, I'm gonna have to rent some torque wrenches, so just to make my life easy, you only have to rent those once and then use them and not have to do that again. I see something that looks a little bit better. There's a juicy seafood Yep. Okay. I'm in my dilemma mode. I'm trying to think if I should just like go grocery shopping. That's a good angle. I'm trying to think if I should just go like grocery shopping and then make something when I get home. Or if I should just like stop somewhere, get some food, and then go grocery shopping. Come on, Chick-fil-A. Oh no, can't do Chick-fil-A, it's Sunday. God's always giving me my hardest battles. Honestly, man, like honestly with you guys, like if not having Chick-fil-A was my toughest battle today, that would be a good scenario. That would be an ideal condition. Okay, well let's think. What else can I do for food? I want something super gross, like super greasy. Maybe like Chipotle. That's always good. Don't suggest Chick-fil-A. It's not open. No, let's do Taco Casa. They're like relatively pretty fresh, I think. If you guys live in Texas, you guys probably know the taco places that are acceptable and that are not acceptable. Taco Bell is always good. Taco Bueno is trash. There's another taco place that's trash I can't think of. Taco Casa, that's a good place. So we're gonna go do Taco Casa. I stepped out, trying to get some decent thumbnails for the video. You know when you guys hear about people talking about lighting in like filming or like photo shoots or whatever, and it always kind of seems a little overblown. It's not, okay? It's absolutely not. Lighting is so important. I don't understand it. It's like, it really is so crucial to making a photo or a video look good, and I haven't really figured out what to do with lighting or like how to make it good. Maybe there's like camera settings or something I need to change, but lighting is such a crutch, or it can be such a blessing to making a photo or a video look good or bad. Probably the biggest influence in sound in terms of volume, but it's not really so much like you know, different brands of exhaust are for sure going to have some pretty meaningful differences in tone. So you also get a lot of backfires with these S650s. Taco Casa, here we are, and we're behind a very, very branded Porsche Panamera, Fencentro, Carpera, eyewear since 1956. Gumball 3000. Guilty Leather Norman Art. I'm just reading off all the branding that's on this Porsche Panamera. User's New Look. Garden of Eden. Police Department. Adam. Okay. Okay guys, I'm gonna go park in this parking space over here. I'm gonna eat my Taco Casa, watch a delivered video, and I'll get you guys in a second. Okay, Taco Casa has been consumed. So, we'll find groceries. Should I go to Tom Thumb? No, let's do Kroger. Taco Casa is advertising a free straw with every drink. Very kind of them. There's a Walmart, but I don't want to go grocery shopping at Walmart. I just changed my mind about which grocery store we're going to go to. I was going to go to Kroger. Actually, I want to go to Trader Joe's. They have more of the stuff I like, which we're close to. So, yeah, let's reroute. Let's do Trader Joe's. Never let them know your next move. Get to the place and then leave. Oh, Karma Fisker. Don't see a lot of those these days. I guess they quit making them in like 2012, and then because they went bankrupt or something, and then they actually recently got bought out, and they've started making Karma Fiskers again, which I think are actually really cool cars. They're all electric, and the person who designed them, like the styling design, was I don't know his name, but he designed Aston Martins back in his day. I think specifically like the DB9, the V8 Vantage, and the DBS back in, you know, late 2000s, and those are some of the best looking cars, and the Karma Fisker definitely shows. But yeah, they just went bankrupt. People were not ready for the EV market yet, especially it's such an expensive car. The Trader Joe's parking lot, my favorite. Oh my god, this person's moving. There's somebody behind me, but I'm taking the spot. I'm so sorry for the people I'm blocking. Oh my god, front row parking. That never happens at Trader Joe's. Alright guys, I'm forcing myself to the gym. I got home, I realized there's still some groceries I need. So I'm gonna go get those after the gym at Kroger, the grocery store I always try to avoid. But we'll get a little workout in. I'll try to add some clips if I don't feel so much self-shame about it. Yeah, it's like a short 7-minute drive to the gym, so it's nothing super crazy. Try to film when we get back. I'm gonna try to film episode of Shift Talk. I know what I'm gonna do it on. Oh my god, this was a mistake. The fucking road here, it's so bad. Okay, that wasn't actually that bad. I just realized I forgot to bring a water, so I'm just gonna raw dog this workout with no water. They have drinking fountains, so maybe we'll go get some H1N1 and bird flu from the public water fountain. The one drawback I'm realizing with tinted windows, driving at night without tinted windows, I see people's videos on YouTube, it actually comes out okay. There's still enough light leakage where the 5% or 2% that I have on my side windows, it darkens up the car like pretty much, like it darkens up the car almost too much, and kind of makes night driving videos not very good unless you have the windows down. But windows down, they just get a lot of like noise that comes in that you don't want on the video. All right, I know it's a neighborhood, but the gym's on the other side of the street. All right, well, let's do this workout. I'm kind of dreading it, but I'll try to get a few shots for you guys or something, maybe. We'll see. I'll catch you guys in a second. All right, guys, we just got done with the gym. I hope you guys like those few clips I added. That felt so uncomfortable, recording a video of myself in the gym. But, you know, we'll see. We're kind of trying to do the vlog thing, so, you know, there's going to be some uncomfortability here and there while we're learning a little bit and just trying to figure out how I want to make these videos. So I'm going to end it here. I got to run to the grocery store just to get a few extra things for the week. Appreciate you guys tuning in for vlog number 2 and just taking the Sunday with me in the 2025 Mustang GT with a Whipple stage show. But again, appreciate you guys. I will catch you guys in the next vlog.